Pocahontas building. She was right around the corner from me once again, and we just continued that wonderful friendship. And I was so excited for her when she became Congresswoman because I knew she was going to do an amazing job because she was an amazing senator and she's an amazing friend. And I'm just honored that I have had you in my life since 2014. So, love you.
Chair recognizes the senior senator from Loudoun, Senator Subramaniam.
Thank you, Madam President. Rise for an introduction to continue the conversation.
The senator has the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to tell one quick story and that the Congressman probably doesn't even know, which is my neighbor down the street, actually. One time they had an immigration issue, and so they came to me saying, hey, can you help me solve this? My mother's been trying to get a green card for a long time and hasn't been able to get an appointment even. And so I called Congresswoman Wexton and her team and asked her for help, and within days they got that appointment, and they were eventually able to get their citizenship. And the mother, every time I see her, even now, when I walk down the street, she thanks me, and I always just say, thank Congresswoman Wexton, thank Congresswoman Wexton. And I have dozens and dozens of stories like that. And the one thing I just want to impart is that Congresswoman Wexton, you may not even know all the people who you helped and all the people who really look up to you and all the people that whose lives you've touched because of the amazing work that you and your team have done over the years. And so I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, from everyone in Loudoun County and everyone that you've served for all your service and for all that you've done and for the example you've set for future legislators like us. Thank you.
Chair recognizes the senior senator from Virginia Beach, Senator DeSteffe.
Madam President, I rise for a quick point of personal privilege and to continue the conversation.
The senator may continue.
So, Madam President, I came in shortly thereafter, Senator, now Congresswoman Wexton. And it was kind of interesting because I didn't know how long she had been here until we were walking over to the governor's dinner, and she goes, hey, this is for freshmen, but I never really got to go see the governor as my freshman year. So I never got to this dinner. So I believe Senator Aird now was a delegate at the time at the same dinner, if I'm not mistaken. And we're walking over there and she's talking to me. And we had shown up early that weekend, and she was an early person on the weekend as I am. And we had a couple of conversations in her office. And I remembered it, and I remembered two things. And then I ended up with that office, with that desk, with the blue carpet that was on her floor, which is still on my floor in the new building. Yes, Madam Clerk, I took it from the Pocahontas building to the new building. It's still in my office. It's still there. It's going to stay there. It's my memory of Jennifer Wexton. Well, I also took over her old desk. And in her desk, when you slid out the little drawer, that's it's like an old typewriter table, the little wood part. When you slid that out, she had taped to it a couple of notes and messages. One of them was phone numbers, which we expect. Another one was, be kind. Always remember to be kind. And so I left that tape there on the desk. When we left the other office, I actually took that off and put it in my desk. Because with my background in the military and stuff, sometimes you forget to be kind. And when we leave this world, I always say the thing that we'll remember is kindness, love, and respect. We won't remember much else about people. We won't remember which bills they passed or anything like that. But we will remember them being kind, loving, and the respect that we gave each other. And as we walked down the hill one day, I was headed back to grab something quick to eat. Congressman Senator Wexton was headed down there as well. We're walking. I go, it's kind of dark in this area here. And she goes, oh, no, it's okay. I come this way all the time. And I go, where are you going? She goes, well, I'm going to go grab dinner. And I said, well, where are you going? She goes, I'm going to stop and grab Chinese food. So we actually had a dinner, broke bread. And the entire time I was there, we were listening back and forth and really talking. We didn't talk about bills. We didn't talk about caucuses. We didn't talk about any of that stuff. We talked about, home life, her husband, the things that people remember after we leave, which is kindness, love, and respect. And I told her when I saw her today and gave her a hug before we went down to caucus that, I missed her and I still had that carpet, but I didn't tell her I still have that note about remembering to be kind. So thank you for that, Jennifer. And we will always remember you. We'll always love you for that kindness, love, and respect. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Senator McDougall, the senator from Hanover.
Thank you, Madam President. Rise for a point of personal privilege.
The senator has the floor.
Madam President, as members went on and spoke, I hadn't intended to speak initially, but reflected sitting here. When we look at what we do and who we are, and Jennifer and I were at William & Mary Law School at the same time in the 90s and had similar paths of being prosecutors like Senator Stewart and Senator Perry did. But as you listen to the comments here today, we've all had people in our lives who fought with different illnesses. My aunt has had a very long and serious battle with MS. But as people who have traveled on the same paths as we have, ones that have served in this body and attended universities, done careers, we are very thankful that, Jennifer, that you've been in that path with us. We're thankful that we as a group can come together and talk about our differences on policies, but our similarities on being people. And the stories that I've heard today are a true testament to you and a true testament to this body as one that we fight about policies and committees, we fight on the floor, but at the end of the day, we're still a family. And Jennifer, we're glad that you're part of our family. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Senator Pekarsky, senator from Western Fairfax County.
Thank you, Madam President. I also rise for a point of personal privilege to continue this conversation.
Senator has the floor.
Thank you. I rise today to also welcome the Congresswoman, my Congresswoman in Fairfax County. I was on the campaign trail with her in 2019, and I got to hear her speak. And of course, before that, had the opportunity to follow her career. And what I saw was what you've heard here today: a person who is humble, who is principled, who is kind, who never backed down, and in a business, where we see everybody's trying to make their mark and stand out. What I saw in the Congresswoman is the heart of a true public servant, somebody who was here for the work, who will always continue trying to do good for others, to make a difference. And she doesn't know, but at some point, she crossed paths with one of my daughters, and my kids have met many elected officials, but the Congresswoman is her favorite elected official. And when she turned 18, she was so incredibly excited to vote for you. And it's just such an honor for me today to be able to be here and to speak about you and join everyone here about somebody who is such a role model to those of us who are here now. So welcome.
Chair recognizes Senator Diggs, the senator from York.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise for an introduction.
The senator has the floor.
Joining us today are